welcome to the Yeseo ESG policy. That would be dull, wouldn't it? Decided to call this page the Yeseo Doing Good page because it kind of is an ESG policy, but that's just an acronym and we're going to give you something a lot more realistic. My name's Andrew Laws. I'm the founder of Yeseo and I wanted to tell you why we exist. I wanted to tell you how we're doing good in the world. First of all, how did we start? Well, we started because I needed a job and I needed a job that I could tour in my band with, but that was like 25 years ago, so it's not that relevant. First of all, I'm going to get the standard stuff out of the way. I think businesses should exist to thrive, but not at the expense of the people or the planet or communities or any of the stuff that actually makes us human. We work to create a net positive impact on our clients, but also on, sorry, I am reading a couple of these bits, also a positive impact on society and the environment. Everyone we work with is paid fairly and on time. Whether they're a team member, a freelancer, it does not matter. We pay our supplier invoices as quickly as we possibly can. I mean, so far, these are fairly mundane, aren't they? We do, however, regularly undertake pro bono work. We work with an organisation called Suffolk Pro Help. This is one of the ways we find people to work with. And we work with some amazing charities doing all sorts of very cool things in very meaningful way. We regularly donate money to charity again. I don't think I'm really saying anything that's really rocking the world here. We don't tolerate discrimination. Of course we don't. Just what kind of rotter would? We actively minimise energy usage wherever we can. That can be a little bit more challenging and a little bit more difficult. If we have to travel to a meeting, we'll choose walking or cycling, unless it's like miles away. But we do minimise using fossil fuel transports wherever we can. In fact, I currently don't have a car and haven't had one for a few years, actually. But I do go through lots of pairs of shoes. Anyway, I'm joking. We support Ecologi. Ecologi is a system or an organisation where we donate money every single month and they plant trees. Now, sustainability isn't just about the environment, but that's quite an important part of it for us, for me personally. Connected to trees, we support Suffolk Wildlife Trust. Now, this is a cause that's very much at my heart. When I was a really, really little chap, if you've never met me, you don't know I'm quite tall. When I was a really little chap, my godfather was a warden at Blacksall Common here in Suffolk, and I couldn't tell you how many Saturdays wandering around with my uncle saying, "Oh, look," and then naming a bird and pointing, and I'd look, and I could never see what it was. But I deeply love living in Suffolk, and the environment around us is under threat for a number of reasons. Suffolk Wildlife Trust do incredible work for restoring wild areas, safeguarding their future by creating reserves and acquiring land in a really proactive way. And also they give us a really good opportunity to get involved in their work. Anyone who works here at Yeseo can go off on the working parties that Suffolk Wildlife Trust regularly hold. I don't really know much else to tell you about Suffolk Wildlife Trust other than I believe, as I said earlier, part of the reason this business exists is to make the world a better place. It's become such a hackneyed thing to say, but really try and prove it. There's some things not in any of our policies that I strongly believe in and are a part of the reason I still run this business after so many years. And the first one is, I believe everyone has talent. Absolutely everybody. I couldn't give a how well you or poorly you did at school. Everybody has talent, and finding that talent, not just in my team members, but in my clients, is really exciting. I find that really motivating. I want to know people's stories. I like listening to what motivates people. I like trying to help people learn in a way that will move them forward as a person. Strong believer in community resilience. I think a community that supports itself and looks out for each other is such a strength. And we will do anything we can to help enable that. I believe in celebrating the differences between us all. I mentioned a bit of this earlier. Now, I didn't do very well at school at all, which clearly you haven't got to be a genius to figure out is a part of why I support people who might not necessarily have been academic. But we actively support neurodiverse team members, colleagues, clients, anything we can. Say everyone has a talent and it's a joy for me to help bring them out. We also exist to create. I'm an active musician, and there's a real reason that a lot of the work and a lot of the marketing output around Yeseo is featuring videos. Less so music, but sometimes podcasts. We help our clients with podcasts. We have probably too many podcasts. It's anything creative. We celebrate creativity. It's a huge part of why Yeseo exists. We're a part of an organisation called the Creative Collective, which is a fantastic networking organisation. Creativity is such a wondrous thing, but even although it can start as an innate gift, it's something that can be developed. You can develop your creative skills, and that leads to one of our biggest strengths, which is creative problem solving and marketing innovation. To summarise, are we an SEO agency? Well, yeah, pretty much. But we have a broad range of skills that we've all developed over many years, all of them funneling down into this machine that is making the world a better place. Thank you for watching. Let me know. Oh, excuse me. Transparency. There you go. There's another value. I hope this makes sense to you. I've kind of done it from the heart, and I hope that comes across. Any questions? Let me know.